Okay.
All right. So, couple things. Real quick bookkeeping. Number one, you may have noticed that I have not been applying the temporary insanity rule because it's too hard to keep track of, and you guys are already kind of already role-playing the insanity quite a bit. Turns out the insanity table in Call of Cthulhu 6th edition is kind of crappy because you roll a random thing and then suddenly it's like, oh, you have a fear of spiders or something. It's like, that doesn't come up.
I never understood the random thing for fears because it's like, oh, you just saw a scary Cthulhu thing.
Yeah.
Now you're scared of the outdoors.
Yeah, if you look up the rules for temporary insanity, it gives you like these weird choices, and some of it is like they don't make any sense at all. So I didn't use any of them at all. The other thing is that I forgot this because this was a huge thing for me at the beginning, and then the game got going, and I totally forgot. Is that I owe some of you some mythos points.
Ooh, yeah.
So Miles unfortunately gets none because he hasn't had any of those intersections.
My research.
The research is in the wrong stuff.
Computers.
I don't know. I don't think I'm going to get in.
Robbie and Will should both get 1 mythos point.
For who? Tony or
for Gene.
Gene. Okay.
Yeah, Gene and Robbie should both have 1 mythos point. Kyle should have 2.
Whoa, what? Score.
Joseph Novac should have 3.
Woohoo!
And Andrew Hale should have 5.
Whoa!
That's no surprise.
Yeah.
Fucking chosen one of two demons.
I did have 3 at the start because of the sanity reductions I took. Is that what you're talking about? Or
No, this is an addition.
This is an
Since
addition.
the game has
Okay.
started based on the interactions you've had with like
So your
the other
mythos
world.
Sick.
roll
Yeah,
is
can you write that down?
99 minus that.
99, no, that's your maximum possible sanity.
Yeah.
Oh, so
Your
that's
sanity
your
goes down as you
maximum
learn more
sanity.
about
Oh,
Basically,
okay.
once you every mythos
Okay.
points you get reduces the possible maximum sanity you can have.
Nice.
So if you ever get to
So-
like 50
so if
mythos,
this
you
is-
can never have more than 50 sanity. Or 49 sanity.
So where do you write it down on the sheet? Yeah, if this
There's
here is
Cthulhu mythos
99...
on the skill
It's a
sheet.
skill.
Yeah.
You still write it there.
Characters and roles.
That 99 minus there is just
Oh, there
bad
we go.
code.
Oh,
it's
Cthulhu.
just to remind you that that's your maximum sanity.
Okay, yeah, that is important.
Mythos is still a percent number.
How about your reason?
So then this is
Together.
like a 5% chance of accessing mythos for me.
Right.
Yeah. And that would be like a knowledge mythos.
So
Is that like a knowledge
It's
stat
almost
or like
every
a-
circumstance. So it's everything from if you see a Byakugan or something and you want to see
Oh. Oh, what?
You see
A Byakugan?
It's like
Tesseract.
Byaki?
Byaki.
Byaki.
I should know it because the app for the character generation thing is called that. So it's for identifying anything Mythos related or accessing Mythos things from Mythos characteristic items. So for example, you find a fetish, you find a book or something like that, that's your percentage of being able to tap into it and access it. Speaking of fetishes, no, just kidding. You need more water?
No,
before we
no,
start?
no.
Okay,
Just,
Good, because I have
just
water
tap it.
fetish.
So, as
Yeah.
you might remember when
Those
we
water fetishes.
last left our
that
heroes,
glass.
most of you were hidden in Hale's hidey hole.
That's
like,
right.
in the
And we brought a
sewer-
cop here for some
and
reason.
brought a cop. Well, she wouldn't
she
leave you
brought
guys alone
herself.
because her job
You brought
was to stay with
cops.
you guys.
We thought the monsters
And
were
also
going to
the
kill
other
her.
cop.
Yeah, but like, we're cool.
Yeah. It also helped that the bag lady used her as a voice piece at one point, so you feel like maybe she's like a conduit or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
perfect.
right.
Yes,
But she doesn't know that she's a conduit.
no, she doesn't.
So she's going to be a pain in the butt.
I want to learn these entities' names. Like, I
I
want to
do
learn
too.
what
I
their
want to know
names
which
are.
is which. I want to know if they are in fact different because I'm still kind of confused if like Longface and the bag lady are still the same thing.
Let's just give them names. Let's call one of them Carl and the other one
We're not
Mark.
gonna.
Marks?
No,
Yeah, Carl and Mark.
Look,
Yeah.
I know we've
You gotta-
we-
yeah.
Did
You
say
gotta get
Carl
outta
and
here.
Mark?
He said Carl and
Carl
Marks.
Marks?
Yeah.
at the minimum, Philip and I have agreed that it's Daddy Longface.
Yeah, Daddy
Daddy
Longface.
Longface.
And then, how about Peabody? for the other one.
Mrs. Peabody?
Mrs. Peabody.
One's gonna be
That's
Tommy, and the other one's gonna be John.
This is why the Elder Gods kill all their puppets.
Yes.
I don't blame them.
If they give us their names, we don't have to give them silly nicknames.
It's like, we can't pronounce Nyarlathotep, so can we just call you Marx?
Yeah, what if they tell us their names, we'll just die. We'll just go insane.
Well,
It'd
then
be
they
useless.
can give us a nickname of their own choosing.
Oh my god.
It's simple. You go.
Yeah, but you don't like their nicknames either. You think Nyarlathotep is their like real name? That was their nickname.
Well, listen. You go. When I say, "Hey, what's your name?" That you have an opportunity to call yourself whatever you want.
I'm Arthur.
I'm Jack now.
Their name is Guttural Howl.
That's the thing. They don't have to do that. They have complete control over the name.
Call him Owl.
If they do that, they're just being an asshole.
Oh my
But
god.
they're of course
Wow.
they are.
Whoa, you are not winning the popular cultist of the Euro.
No, you're right. I'm not. I am not a cultist.
Okay.
All we're doing is reaching out to you, trying to help you
In
open
front
a
of our
gateway to our
conduit,
world.
no less.
You're
And I'm
being
just
an asshole.
I'm just asking for a little back and forth.
So in all seriousness,
Oh, yeah,
From the Elder
we've been
Gods.
communicating
Yeah.
via our
sneak.
app. Yeah.
right in front of her, blatantly. She's
not, like,
talking in
screen peeping, is
secret.
You're not allowing. You're not allowing her to join in.
She's made comments about it.
She's just standing there being like, "Ugh, these fucking guys."
Hey, it works.
You can definitely get the sense that she feels like that this is really not a right situation, but she
No.
doesn't know how to extricate it herself because her job is to be here. But
To protect him.
yes, but she's also now in the sewers
Them.
in Chicago, like 3 stories on the ground. She can't get good reception on her walkie, and she can't just leave, but she also can't just arrest all of you because there's like 5 of you and 1 of her. And she could draw a gun, but the room is filled with ordnance. So,
Yeah, everybody's got a gun in this room.
Yeah.
yeah,
If you haven't got a gun, please take one.
yeah. So
They're everywhere.
she feels like if she
I'll
could
take a gun.
possibly not be involved here right now,
cigarettes and tiny
she would like
pineapples.
not to be, but she doesn't feel like she has any choices. Like there are no good choices. However,
Dan, do you actually want to take a gun?
I mean,
Just grab one.
sure.
They're there.
Why the hell not?
This is.
I got no points in
Hey,
physics.
Miles.
hey,
Hey,
just
kid.
grab a plate. It's like,
Hey kid, you know how to use this?
guns.
Here, just take it.
You're gonna need this.
Figure it out.
I go and look up the instructional video on YouTube.
Knowing Louisa is here.
okay. You want to grab a grenade or a brick of C4 while you're here? It's free.
Did I grab any grenades?
That
I
still
should have grabbed
means-
some
You
grenades.
should probably grab
Tony
some
still
grenades
has
from
his gun,
C4.
I have
Yes,
whiskey
he does.
bottle as a firearm.
Because he
Why
has
did
his
I-
own.
He is not drawn
Okay.
for anybody's sake.
How out of it are you?
Yeah.
Guess I gotta.
However, let us not forget that before we move any further with what you guys
We've
are
got a
doing in the
missing
basement,
son.
the good doctor, not the physician doctor, but the scientist doctor, has just returned to his son's hospital room to discover that he is gone.
I stumble out of the room, reach towards the nearest nurse available, grab her clothes. My son. Where's my son? He's missing. He's not in the room anymore. What happened? Where is the patient in room 352? Where's my son?
I don't know. I just got on shift.
My son is missing. You better find out something before I call the cops.
Sir, wait. First of all, if you look, the room is made up, so clearly he's not just missing. Apparently, he was just moved. Let me check. So she walks over to the nurse's station to look at the paperwork.
There's no way.
I silently fume.
Are you standing there at the desk?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, we took his appendix out. Like you wanted. Right?
He's under 18. How could you move him without my consent?
What if there was an emergency and they had to move him?
What if there's a clone of you?
Sir, if we
walking
could
around?
ask you to please step over to the waiting area. I'll have a doctor come and speak with you in just a moment.
Why? Why can't you tell me?
If
What
you
happened to
just
my
wait,
son?
There are protocols. If you just wait.
No. No. I walk over to the waiting room, sit
Alright.
down, slump down in a chair, head in my hand.
Do you have your sword with you?
Yeah, I have my guitar case.
With the guitar case.
Nothing makes a sad scene sadder than if the
Who's
the
this
victim was
traveling
carrying a guitar
musician?
case.
We had some tension going there, and then we remembered there was a rapier in the guitar case.
And everything was ruined.
You're not
I'm sorry.
We're not allowed to have tension on
I'm
this
sorry.
channel.
So you're waiting. So let's go back to the sewers for a moment while you're waiting. Because it's nighttime. Doctors aren't just like wandering around waiting to be called.
These are the train tunnels, not the sewers.
They also connect.
They're not that different, actually. You're far enough down that
I guess there's enough like homeless population.
you are sewer adjacent.
A sewer is just really a train for poop.
What is wrong with you?
Peter, you gotta stop getting high before these
I'm
things.
not.
You got
Okay.
Just trying to get into character.
Let's.
Okay.
I saw a joke and I took it.
So you guys are down there, and
Yeah.
Are we like okay? So our plan was to set up a sting for the Chinese mafia.
Yeah.
The last thing that you guys were talking about was a video call conference, which Miles said was not likely because he doesn't speak Mandarin Chinese, and instead you wanted to go to the library.
Talk to them.
And
Talk to the triad.
you wanted to go to the library, which Gene would prefer you don't, but he seems outnumbered.
And we wanted to go to the library because there was that super secret computers that the Chinese wanted to access.
Oh, that's
Yes.
right.
Right.
To potentially find out what's going on with your hacker.
How do we know that the Chinese want to access that computers? All we know
It's our best.
is
You're just speculating.
Yeah, we're speculating.
Either way, it would be
Are
good
you
to
on
get.
Slack right now?
If
Yes.
not the
Or on
Chinese, it
Telegram.
appears
Yeah.
that
By the way,
somebody wants to.
I send one message, all lowercase, no punctuation. My son is gone.
Wait, what?
Hashtag my son is gone.
Hashtag find my son.
I'm a sci-fi loss.
Thank you.
Crying face.
The doctor will tell me what happened in a
Crying
moment.
cat.
Crying cat.
I worry for my son.
Do you think this could be really?
Oh wait, he's not dead.
I don't know. He's missing.
James? Do I know? Do I know of any? Is there anything I can say to console Kyle in this moment? Like, is there anything where I'm like, okay, this could happen because I work at the hospital? Can I give him somebody to talk to who would expedite the process?
I
No.
mean,
No. Okay.
not mostly because whatever you could do to help him, he would still have to go through that process.
For
They would
protocol.
just basically have to call the attending,
Okay.
who will have to come and speak to him.
So there's nothing. There's nobody I could call to be like, yo, this is my friend.
He
can
couldn't
you-
call like the head nurse and like have them pay a little more attention to his.
Like they're already
Issue.
doing.
They're-
what they
they're
have to
already
do.
doing
I mean, if you
everything.
call the head nurse, they would go, "Yes, we're going to call the
Yeah,
attending."
okay.
you can tell him that
Fair
if
enough.
things go south, you could always get him in contact with Tobias Cunningham, the head of security.
I could, but I'll
If
say
things are going down south.
I'll say stay. I don't have that good of a relationship with that guy, to be honest. Though I'll say stay calm. I'm sure they're doing everything they can. Trust me.
What's the plan?
We're thinking about getting in contact with the Chinese. Oh, it's so cool that I get to say that.
Do they have my son?
I don't know, Kyle.
I want my son.
I know you do, Kyle. We all want your son to be safe, but we don't know where he is right now.
I'm pretty sure Kyle realizes that his friends are all still on the ground.
Oh yeah, I'm sure.
Okay,
Yeah.
that they're not really out expressing the world yet.
Friends?
Kyle, we're gonna try to make. And before I send this, we're gonna try to make our way to the library, right?
Yeah, I think that's the plan.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
what?
It's like one of our last places of interest.
Yeah.
Okay.
I guess the prison is another. Maybe.
Louisa is very much in favor of going to the
Leaving.
library.
Yeah.
She
Okay.
thinks this is a great idea. Getting out of here. should
We
be her
don't
top
care
priority.
what she wants.
How does she? Oh, she just wants to get out of here.
Yeah, she thinks that
She
she
can't-
thinks that being down here is just a bad idea.
She can't
Hale,
get.
is she gonna be
can't get on
trouble
her
when she
radio.
gets back into radio contact? Can you prevent that somehow?
So I'll say we're gonna go to the University of Chicago Library and meet us there when you can. We're gonna try to get in contact with the Chinese.
I'll be there.
Keep us updated.
You got it.
It's the plan, right, everybody?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Dr. Stewart shows up. She's the attending this evening.
Do
Your question.
you know where my son is? What happened?
Mr. Cordivall, if you sit down.
I sit down.
I'm afraid your son had an episode while you were gone. He didn't make it. We did everything we could.
What do you mean he didn't make it?
If you'd like to see the body, we can take you downstairs.
I would like to see the body.
Well, there goes the we have to kill his son theory.
There goes the we can get into the morgue now theory. Right into the morgue is where we go.
She'll
Right on in there.
walk with you down to the morgue.
Back to the morgue. Third time's the charm.
This is terrible.
Wow, I've got an in.
You go down the elevator.
The morgue.
You
The
get out
morgue.
in the basement floor.
Does the doctor try to make any small talk?
She does not.
Good, because I don't.
Okay.
Oh.
Doctors are trained not to make small talk under these circumstances. She makes no effort to.
I guess that makes sense.
Yeah.
So the weather today.
Yeah, I don't know why in my mind I was thinking like, yeah, it's the elevator. Of course, it's gonna talk to you.
Well, but that's like the sort of thing. Like you're like in shock about your son being dead, and you're like, do I need to make small talk? Like, am I being weird?
How about those Cubs, huh?
They're going to.
Doctors receive very specific training about how to.
All about the White Sox.
How about the White Sox?
Families that their loved ones are dead. So she walks with you down the elevator. She does not make small talk. She doesn't make an effort to make physical contact. You get off the elevator in the basement. You are very familiar with this area, having been down here before. It is a little gloomy. It's got the weird like tube lighting that like every once in a while flashes off a little bit because for some reason this doesn't get repaired as often as the main floors. You walk over to the morgue. She lets you in, and there is a body on the table under a white sheet. She walks over with you and carefully, gingerly pulls back the cloth and revealing the face of your son.
Oh, my boy.
You can take as much time as you need. And she steps back about 2 feet.
Oh, I'm so sorry. This is all my fault. I shouldn't have made that drug. I shouldn't have done any of this. Why? I should have just been a regular doctor. Not this type of doctor. God, what have I done? Go over to the wall and I slam against it. And I look to my son and I say, I'll make this right. And I storm out of the hospital.
Excellent.
Oh wait, before I do that, I have to look to the doctor and say, have you called his mother? Alexa? Does she know?
No, we have not. You are the primary contact individual, and we're unable to reach you.
Okay. Thank you.
Would you like us to make that call for you?
Yes, please.
By all means.
I'm a little emotional right now.
That is more than understandable, sir.
I walk out of the hospital, but on my face isn't sadness anymore. It's a burning hot rage.
Mm-hmm. Sounds about right.
And
Against
I'm angry at myself, and I'm pushing this anger onto others.
Nice.
I will cleanse this world.
Oh boy.
And then cleanse myself.
Let the hate flow through you.
Are you going to push like a little old lady out of the way as you leave the hospital?
Hate leads to suffering.
And I walk out of the hospital and head to the library.
Oh no.
I really wish there could have been a guy like standing out there, is like, join us on the dark side. Embrace your anger.
So you got it. You gonna burn down the library?
Yes,
Thinking about it?
Just a world, I'm so angry.
So are you guys coming up from the
Okay, so
underground?
we
we're
need
gonna go to
to
the library.
deal with this cop. If she summons back up, we're probably gonna be in trouble. She's seen too much.
I
You the ones.
I don't want to like restrain her. If possible, I want to just like convince her that she has something more pressing she needs to be doing or something, and
She
goes away.
She's not gonna go away.
There's nothing we can do. We'll have to
She's
have her
seen-
come with us.
She's seen too much.
I mean, I don't know if she is a particular conduit or not. Like whether we need to have her with us specifically in order to contact.
She's gonna stay with us the whole
whatever.
time until she's called off. So
There's nothing we can
Your
do.
text
bring
message
her with us.
conversation interrupts us slightly because when you get close enough to the floor just before the ground level and you exit out of the basement. Tony's phone. Is it on silent, on buzz, on ring?
Probably silent. Crucial character moment. What's Tony's ringtone?
It's the Sopranos theme song.
Really?
That's good.
Buy yourself a gun. Buy yourself a gun. No. I would think that probably it's yeah, you can hear it. It's not on buzz.
Okay. As soon as
It's ABBA.
you get to where you have signal strength, his phone gives the tone that it would when he's missed a call and there's a message waiting for him.
Boy, and so this is for Tony, right?
Right.
Okay, so Tony is going to check his phone message.
It's your attorney, who, while you guys decided were out doing whatever you guys were doing, he's been busy like at the house trying to figure out your insurance and everything like that. And he says, yeah, everything seems to be in order. In fact, the only thing I can't find is that weird statue you got for your wedding.
Wait a minute.
Remember that weird statue that your sister sent you from...
Wait, do I call them back?
No, this is the message he leaves.
Okay.
Yeah, he basically is leaving a message that says, yeah, it seems like everything's here. It's just a lot of damage and stuff like that. I tried to do an inventory, and the only thing missing is that weird jade statue that your sister sent you for your wedding.
Well, I don't know who sent it to me. But I guess I would probably just tell the lawyer that my sister sent it to me. Yeah. But it was anonymous.
Oh, I thought the intentionality was that...
You told me that it was anonymous.
Oh, okay. No, that was a mistake. Like, it was supposed to be her saying, look, we understand what's happening. I still remember...
It was sent anonymous, but I would know who sent it.
Right.
Okay. That's the clarification.
Because the whole point was her saying, look, I get it. Here's my indication that I care. And then if you ever needed someone inside the family that still respected and understood why you made your choice...
You guys, can we make a stop at our house before we go to the library? Could you at least do that for us, considering that there's a bit of a recent development.
Sure.
Something from my home's been stolen.
I don't have a problem with it.
Yeah.
Sure, I guess.
Yeah.
Is that like on the way? Or are we traveling?
It is not on the way.
Is it going to be like an hour and a half detour across the city?
No, it's nighttime, so it's fine. It's also like Michigan Avenue.
Is it nighttime now? Because we left at the time.
Oh wait, it was breakfast.
Yeah, we left in the morning.
Oh, that's right. It's the middle of the day.
Yeah,
it's going to be
best
like
time to confront.
this is terrible.
I listened to the last episode like 5 times.
You're right. Oh, this is terrible. No, it's going to be like it may be a huge detour.
I would think
because
it's
he lives
like
on the
new.
Gold Coast, which is like by the hospital. So. Which is not on the way to the University of Chicago. It is near the Northwestern Hospital, but it's also in a high traffic area in North Michigan Avenue.
Well, okay, but aren't we in two separate cars?
We are.
You could.
That's how we came.
So I feel like you can go to your house.
Well, yeah, Gene also is not really fond of this whole idea of going to the library, so he's going to let you guys go.
But he's the library man. We gotta have him.
He's
the library.
He's suspended. You know, it's a bit harsh, right? To go where you can't work right now.
Not welcome.
Oh, yeah, we really don't really need Aquaman in this underwater battle.
But imagine if Aquaman was expelled from the ocean.
Well, actually, so let me.
They're like, listen, we're gonna go to a fight at the beach.
Okay, let me rephrase it. If you guys say that it's out of the way, then I'll just flip it and we'll go to the library first and then go to the house after.
Yeah, we can do that.
Because it's not like the house is going to be any less broken into, I think. But
No, it definitely won't.
But I will be contacting
And the statue is already gone.
I will be contacting my lawyer, so...
Your lawyer's probably already handling it. Like, he's filing all the reports and creating the documents necessary for insurance to pay out or what have you.
It's like AGT.
Yeah. So, yeah, you get back to the library. The library is open because it's daytime, and so there are students all over the place. Campus is hopping. Students are, like, crossing from, like, class to class.
Not to interrupt this scene, but Gene is going to pull Miles to the side. He's going to be like, hey, kid, you know, if you have any respect for me, you're going to find some time to apologize to Tony for what you did. You got that? You got a lot of growing up to do.
He.
No, you're gonna listen to me, okay? You got a lot of growing up to do. You got the whole world at your fingertips. It's kind of like a superpower. But the whole thing about superpowers, just like Spider-Man, the abuse of power, you know, this and that and the third. I didn't really read comic books. You have to apologize to Tony. That's not a request. I want you to do it.
Sheesh, alright. Fine, I'll do it.
Okay.
It would be so great if Tony was like a huge comic book fan and dragged Gene to all these comic book movies, but Gene doesn't like any of them.
Luis is the comic book fan.
Oh, okay.
We have to integrate her into the group. Anyway.
Oh, that's right, she is. Luisa is the one who likes all these comic things. That's right.
Really?
Yeah, remember we established like last episode, the episode before, that she's kind of a nerd, like Star Trek and stuff. All right, so yeah, you managed to get there. You will get there before Cordivall does.
Wait, so get to the library before?
Yeah.
Because he has to get there from the hospital.
Yeah, I don't have a car.
Okay, so
Or I'm not using my car.
are we breaking it up the same way that we went before? Because it was me and Tony and Hale and Louisa in one car, and then everybody else took
three of us.
something separate. So is that how we break it up again?
Yeah.
Okay.
Sounds good.
So I guess that's the four that make it to the library first.
All right.
So
I'm presuming you guys are just going together, so you get to the library first, like literally seconds before the other car.
probably, yeah.
All right. Sure. Unless you're trying specifically to like beat them, it's like, we're gonna lose them at the light.
Well, they didn't come here in a car. They came here on the bus.
Oh, is that
yeah.
right?
Because
You guys rode the bus?
Hale was the only one that had a car, and nobody else had a car.
So you're gonna leave like Robbie and
I thought we had two cars.
Come on the bus.
Dr. Novak to
You were
fend for
teleported in here.
themselves? You were teleported, so you,
Yeah.
so, you so there's no room for you. You have to sit in someone's lap.
Well, can we just say we get there to the library?
You can all squeeze in. It would be weird. It would be one of those great
One
scenes
car?
in the movie where you're all like one of you is laying on the other people. The camera's like really awkward.
That's
I
fine.
was just gonna take the two cars we took.
There wasn't two.
Apparently,
cars.
there's only one car.
Well,
There
okay,
was two cars.
We'll get a lift or something. It's fine.
We were escaping the hotel.
Really? I
And
thought it was-
we split into two groups.
They were running through the streets
Yeah.
in the back alleyways.
And we hopped on a subway.
I believe Will a little more because he's listened to this episode
Yeah, I've done
audio
a
5
subway.
times.
All right.
so-
Listen, we'll just get a lift. I've got an account.
You've
for
got a
10-minute
lift.
ride.
You get a lift.
Yes. Or you'll just pick us up with your drone, like.
Yeah. Just bring down a little rope and just grab
Yeah.
on.
It's not that kind of drone.
Miles, use your tech powers to get us to the library, quick.
Miles.
I summon a ride with
Yes.
my phone.
Miles,
Download us and,
Yeah,
and
what else
upload
can-
us to the library.
you're a computer genius. You can get us one of those.
Let's take the information highway.
All right, so you guys get there first because these guys have to wait for an Uber and they can never find the corner that you're really
Oh
on.
my gosh.
Like they pull up on the wrong corner and you go, hey, and they go, no, and you go, I'll come over, and they no, and then they wave you off and they make a wrong, and then you can't find them again.
I
And the timer runs out.
completely derailed this, but yes, I get there
Yeah,
on
so
the
your
first
group
yeah.
gets there first. So you arrive at the library. Do you wait outside until your two friends get there, or do you run up before them?
I wait because I don't really know exactly what the plan is.
All right, 10 minutes later, the other group gets out of their Uber.
Damn.
So what exactly is the plan?
You're all standing there outside the library, looking at each other awkwardly.
The first step should be to investigate those restricted computers.
Well, didn't they take him out?
They did.
They did?
Yeah.
No.
The FBI or CIA or any one of the three
that's
letters,
right, it got
you know,
bumped up to
Okay, then the first step
CSI Miami.
federal. Yeah.
should be for you to get in contact with the Chinese. We can call them here. We can sit down and have a meeting.
Yeah, you wanted a public place.
Right.
They're trying to find us, as was evidenced by the scene in the hotel.
Mhm.
We just need to give them a public place where we can meet and sit down and talk things out.
Okay. I put out the word in the appropriate channels.
All right, so
Without
you're
a bunch of
trying to
bodyguards.
reach
Yeah.
the Chinese.
Yes, hello, is this the Chinese?
Why don't you just do like a seated public?
I don't know the
message,
name of their
something that
faction.
only
No,
they
it's
understand.
fine.
I was like,
I know, that's a
Master
problem.
everything.
Yeah, no, it's understandable. So you try to reach out to who you think are the Chinese operators.
Yeah, I leave breadcrumbs and hints
Sure.
that I think they would probably pick up on.
That makes perfect sense.
Oh yeah, could you find
I'm
footage
at the
from
library.
hotel?
Sure hope no
Of the guy?
triad find me here.
Exactly.
No, you're specifically trying to
No.
summon them to this location.
No, it's
Yeah.
Can you
Okay.
can you like facial recognition the old guy from the hotel files?
We
or
tried that
anything
last
like
time.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah, a lot
Oh, it
harder.
didn't work.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like well,
Yeah,
first of all,
bringing into like CCTV systems is actually hard.
But wait a minute. Do you
also
ha-
facial recognition generally only works if they're actually in CODIS, but
Do
a
you have-
lot of people just aren't there.
do you have license plate numbers from those vehicles that they pulled up in?
I probably would if they had plates. Yeah, I run those.
Sure,
Or you should run those. You're the cop.
I run those.
No.
All right, they're just typical rental vehicles.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Can I like
Hertz.
Can I try and pull up information about what account those are associated with?
Yes, they are rented by the Taiwanese embassy.
The Taiwanese. So they're not real.
And by Taiwanese embassy, I'm sorry,
Good.
the
Cut that one right
Taiwanese
off.
Business and Friendship Office. They're not allowed to have
BFO.
They're not a real country. They're not allowed to have embassies.
Oh, okay.
Oh. So maybe
The
they
PRC
are
doesn't allow it.
Maybe they are friendly. We just don't know it.
Business and friendship.
Plot twist.
So yeah,
Yeah, there
if
no
these are the
embassies in Taiwan.
Taiwanese. Well, but like when the like, I'm sure the triads operate without any reservations in both Taiwan and real China.
If it's the triad,
Real
we don't know if
China.
it's the triad yet.
Well, I guess.
Just because they're Chinese, it doesn't mean they're triad. It's like
I
just
thought-
because you're Japanese, it doesn't mean you're Yakuza.
I thought you had said the word triad at some point.
He did,
I
but
may
not in
have.
reference to the group they were a part of.
You also do not know if they're in the triad. They haven't given you their card yet.
Well,
and you
that's
haven't looked at their forearms for their symbols.
We also don't know that those people that just pulled up were actually there to see us. We just freaked out and ran away.
We're just Chinese.
no.
That is
run.
actually
Oh, no.
You have no idea who those people were.
They're after us.
Okay.
Look, the tropes were laid down.
And like they already kidnapped Amber.
Yeah.
So or Robbie.
We were
Not
freaked
like-
out. Amber had just Robbie had just
Some
teleported
Chinese
in.
people kidnapped Robbie. Some other Chinese people drove up in SUVs, and you said, "Look, Chinese faces. Let's flee."
Okay,
No,
okay.
both had suits.
In fairness, if a bunch of like rough and or like suited thuggish white guys had kidnapped Robbie, and then a bunch of suited thuggish looking white guys with like an old Italian mob boss had gotten out in front,
toddlers
we
had
would've-
kidnapped Robbie, and then a limo full of toddlers came up
Okay,
to the
we're
hotel.
going far off.
I do not accept that statement as true.
I would
I
have
would run for
I
my
would-
life.
Yeah.
That'd be terrible.
So, while this is going on, two things happen. Number one is that every once in a while a student does acknowledge you when they pass because they recognize you. And they're like, "Oh, it's the library guy." And so some of them like kind of awkwardly say hi or wave a little bit. No one tries to engage you because you're clearly hanging out with a group of interesting people, including you who look like they might be authority figures.
Does Tony growl at him?
Tony doesn't growl.
Tony's not a growling
Alright.
type. Tony's just a
Tony's
peaceable account.
Tony's only gonna get pissed at you if you do something like expose everything about his life.
Yeah, Tony does origami and scrimshaw.
Just because he's a bear doesn't mean he growls.
That is not what I meant.
What time of year is it?
I love
again?
it.
It's
What
fall.
type of-
It's the first school term.
Oh, okay.
Like middle
So
of
it's like what is the weather like?
Is chilly.
Okay, good. So my big coat concealing my weaponry isn't
Yeah.
particularly out of
It's,
place.
it's October Chicago, so
Okay,
it's
good.
pretty chilly. Unless it's like stupid October Chicago when there's like flash fires. Which is not this season. And also, Dr. Cordivall shows up.
So, oh, okay, cool. So you're here now,
Hello, everyone.
Kyle. How? What happened?
My son is dead.
What?
He's been in a coma for so long.
Yeah, and now he's dead.
What happened?
He's dead.
Did they?
He had an episode, and now he's dead. I don't want to stay on this. Let's move past it. What's the plan?
I'm sorry, Kyle.
Thank you. What's the plan?
We've set out breadcrumbs for the unnamed Chinese faction. Hopefully they'll arrive soon and we can sit down and talk with them and figure out what's going on.
So we wait?
Yes, that is the plan. We wait.
You also don't yell. We're in the library. Be very quiet.
Do I know?
Lots of people.
You're standing outside.
Yeah, we should move First of all, we should move into the library. Second of all,
they're just standing in the courtyard right now.
That word episode. What do I think that means?
You think it means that a kid in a coma finally just died.
Kicked off.
Like, this was like, from everything you know as a doctor in this field, this was like a long time coming. Like, basically, coma patients are just hanging on, and they, especially considering that you've already seen him have like seizures and stuff like that, it's like, yeah, coma patients, sometimes they either wake up or they just die. And the fact that it took this long is actually somewhat surprising, actually, because he was not in good shape when he came in, and those seizure episodes, if they weren't so weird, they would just have been an indicator for you that he was heading towards brain death anyway.
Yeah, but they were weird.
You suspect he probably just had like an aneurysm and just finally
went. Okay. So if we're in the library,
now you have to be more quiet. Actually, you don't. The atrium of Regenstein is actually pretty loud.
I'm telling them to be quiet, but then half the students are yelling because they're college age.
Hale, what do we have for ordinance in case we get into trouble here?
Blow up Regenstein Library?
Don't blow up the library, you fucking...
Do you have anything on you?
I have just a couple handguns and grenades.
Yes. Can I have each of those?
Oh, I'm gonna get fired. I'm gonna go to jail.
You didn't grab one? We were in like the freaking warehouse of guns?
Everybody grabbed a gun?
Just as soon as you grabbed one.
So
I think grab a gun.
Here's the thing.
I put it in your list.
I want a rifle. I wanted to have grabbed a rifle.
What?
You can't walk into Regenstein with
Which
a
is
rifle.
exactly why I didn't grab a rifle.
You're gonna grab
So grab a handgun. There are like dozens of those.
I'll grab a handgun. I'll grab a handgun.
Yeah, Chicago is not Seattle. Not only is there no open carry, there are no gun stores in Chicago.
We got
Right.
They have some of the most severe gun laws in any city. In
None
America.
of these have serial numbers, so it's fine.
Oh my god!
Wow. All right.
Hale, how long have you been
Suddenly,
gathering?
Hale is becoming a much more different person than you thought he was. You've learned more about him in the last hour than you thought.
Here, put these gloves on.
Did you, Hale, how long have you been stockpiling weapons
Tony is
like
completely
this?
tame in comparison.
I don't know how...
Did you manufacture
How
these?
long ago was 2007?
10 years ago!
Hale, what year is it?
When you said that there's no filing
year of
numbers,
dying.
It's 20...
The year of slaughter.
17.
Tony got a little bit interested when you said that there was no numbers on those stuff.
Well, yeah, these are all like post like military.
He's like-
Did you
Did
you buy all the parts and then fabricate the one part you can't buy?
No, I'm gonna say no.
Oh, okay. Because that's one way you can do it.
Hale, do you have caches
Not
like
that
that
I
all over the
condone
city?
it or am reveal.
No.
He definitely can't actually.
No.
Do you have cash in the Cayman Islands?
You don't just ask people that.
I was just asking.
Joseph is starting to wonder.
I mean, it's not
if
illegal.
he's
That's
in the
like
wrong
the whole
crowd.
point.
Yeah.
Fucking rookie.
I may or may not.
So Miles, your communication pings a result.
Oh, hey, we got a hit. We got a bite.
What? What are they doing?
It's a response from someone who has a username of River Carp, and it's a single line message. What do you think you have?
What do we think we have? They ask. What do we think we have?
To
God,
trade?
Tell them we have information on the entities.
Do we?
I mean, I guess we got.
This
No.
is the representation. This is the front for one of the entities.
We don't know that.
Oh.
We need to bring them in and consolidate and see what they know.
So the plan is to try and work with them.
I don't look. Can we get one thing straight here before we go any further? None of you actually want to work for these entities at this point, right?
I don't think we have a choice but to choose a side.
I just
I
want to
just don't see
find.
a distinction at this point.
I just want to find the spray.
I'm just biding my time.
Yeah, I
Alright.
want to know more about
I
the
mean-
spray and how that factors
Just
in.
biding my time until
I think-
something comes. And
I think
sweeps me.
possibly talking to these people can help us with that.
I have an
Right.
idea. I'm gonna go to the office. I'm gonna grab a vial of something. Tell them I have the spray.
Tell them that you have a sample.
But
of
these are the Chinese. They're not looking for the spray.
Tell them we have information about the entities.
They might be
and if
dealing.
that'll
No.
draw them in, and then when they get here, we can explain ourselves.
Yeah, kind of like Breaking Bad. You've got yourself a Heisenberg over here.
Tell them.
Tell
we
them you got the guy who can make you spray.
Tell them we have
Yeah.
the
Is
real
Is
spray.
that's what you really want?
spray.
True spray.
We got the spray can over here.
Okay, I'm getting too.
No.
Do we,
No.
are we equipped?
We
That
can't-
sounds
we-
like a bad.
We actually have some information about the entities. The fact that we were contacted by them.
Yeah, well, that's true.
If nothing else, they at least will know an enemy, right?
Yeah.
That's valuable information.
I suppose. I
okay.
suppose so.
So we have information about.
Yeah, we
the
can turn
entities.
over this cop.
Right.
She's the.
I think on
You
another
spoke to
note,
her.
Yeah.
Maybe you can
we should
use
set
her.
up maybe the purchasing of spray to see, because the inmates that were harmed in my facility were linked directly to a dealer of spray,
Mm-hmm.
and
Right.
those were the bodies that the gentleman that kidnapped me were trying to get to.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they care about. Yeah, I think the Chinese care about the spray in some way or another, right?
Yeah, I just don't know. I don't know how they care about it, and I don't want us to
I'm
say,
saying we should.
"Hey, we have this spray," and then they'll go, "Great," and then just take it.
Yeah.
Like,
I also. I
But-
don't want to lie to them.
yeah.
We've only sort of got the ability to make spray.
I have something that's close. It's not a complete lie.
We
What
just
information-
don't know what their tie-in is to this, so we don't know what to bait them with.
What information do you have that we do not already have?
What information do we have that they do not already have?
Probably nothing.
We were contacted by them.
No, we
Yeah,
were
wait,
contacted by the bag lady.
Or, yeah, we were contacted by one of them. Right?
Say, meet with us, and we'll let you know.
Who would ever accept that?
I feel like they're not going to put
invitation?
up with that bullshit.
They're not going to put up with it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
You gotta,
But they've been
you gotta put a worm on that.
But they've
lure,
been watching
or on
us,
that hook.
right? They know we know something. They're messaging us.
Oh, yeah. So here's what we know.
Luisa wants to know what's going on. Are you guys like arranging a drug deal?
No.
No. With three
What's all this
cops
talk about
present?
spray that you're trying to like get out there? Who are you talking
It's
to?
all
there?
on the sneak.
We
Should we just go?
Because you are talking to the Chinese
think
now, and
we
suddenly
raised
these guys are
it.
responding to you, and usually she's used to
Are
you
we-
guys just talking to each other on your little
are we just
phones.
being like
But now suddenly you're
up
talking
front
to
with
someone
her,
else.
like just being frank? Because
Maybe- I mean-
I have no idea what to tell her for now.
She's Louisa Franks. We better be frank.
I mean, at this point, we probably should.
Yeah. All right, so we think we have a lead on who may be potentially dealing spray.
You should call that in.
We don't have any actual evidence towards that effect. This is a hunch. And they can only be contacted via this method.
Why are you involving all these civilians?
We're already involved.
I didn't
This
sort
is
of
not an episode of CSI Miami. You can't just say we're already involved so you can get involved in police business. This is real life.
We're already involved. Okay,
That's not how this
so
works.
send a message back to them.
Okay.
Tell them
Mr. August, are you aware of the danger you're in here?
Tell them we have.
My job here is to protect you. You've already been targeted for reasons we don't understand. And now you're involved with these people who think they're going to like trap high-level drug dealers?
The only reason why we're still here right now is because, based off of what they've been telling us, it seems that there might be some overlap between the people who shot up our house and the people who have this potential color spray thing, and so I mean,
and the people who literally took control of your body.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
You wouldn't remember, but they did. They spoke through you.
Wait, wait.
I mean, I've got it on
These
video.
drug dealers have...
You have a video of,
Yeah, of course I do.
her. Yeah.
wait,
yeah,
do you actually?
Of course I would.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
That makes sense.
The camera's always
It would have
running.
been crazy,
All right.
and it went on for several minutes. We were just like,
Wait,
"Oh
when
shit,
was
she's
this?
like the."
This morning.
This was back at the hotel.
No, she's what? And she's
She's watching herself.
Excuse me, she needs to make a sound.
Yeah, go for it.
That's fine. If she collapses, I'm okay with
It's
it.
like, go insane. Go insane.
She's fine.
That's pretty high.
Yeah, but she's got pretty good sanity. Because until this moment, she was a normal cop. Going about her life. Look, I don't know how you got that video or what was going on there, but wait, you are not going to convince me that drug dealers somehow managed to hypnotize me and, like, take over my body to, like, say weird gibberishy stuff to you guys. I don't know what you did there with that whole...
Look, we know we're not going to convince you, which is why we're not trying to. Just...
Wait, aren't
We're
you
doing
also in
something
law
here.
enforcement, ma'am? Are you how are you like okay with this? They shot up your house, sir. Don't you and your husband care about the fact that these are drug dealers? This is not like in the TV shows where you get in with some vigilante and a doctor and some kid.
They don't know that they're drug dealers. They're just going off of a hunch. And the whole thing is that I actually know Miles from school, and it's just. What am I going to do? Am I going to go home and just stay home and just sit?
Yes, that's what happens in real life. This is not like a TV show where you go on an adventure and meet some ragtag group of people and suddenly, like, defeat the drug lords. In the real world, they find your head on a pike in Mexico.
Yeah, that's very true.
So yes, you do go home.
It's very true.
The three of us go home together and let these morons do whatever they want. Because this is not how the real world works.
Luis, it's okay to admit you're scared.
I'm not so much... This isn't about being scared. This is about doing our jobs. Like, I cannot let...
Well, okay. So, the officer, Hale... Officer Hale...
Mm-hmm.
He's the one that's pulling this all together. So... I mean, look, you can call this a ragtag bunch of people. Look, I'm just with people during the day.
So,
and he's the one that's doing
this.
this.
I'm not forming this in any official capacity. I'm not.
Of course not, because that is completely unreasonable to do. And
say to them,
I've heard of you. You do not have a good reputation on the force.
Send to them.
Oh, wait, really?
We know.
Wait, are you not familiar?
I don't know anyone. I don't know anyone except for him.
Look. You obviously you must watch a lot of police procedurals. You know those shows where they go, there's a weird cop who's a loose cannon? That's that guy in the department. Everybody has a story about that guy.
Yeah, I think when you brought us down to a secret hidden cache of guns, that was pretty much confirmed for everybody.
Yes, so you should understand why you should not be with him. Any cop who has a secret stash of guns and weapons at C4 hidden in a room 3 stories in the tunnels of the sewers is not someone that you should be going on an adventure with.
Look, Gene, I can tell you that you're safer here than you would be in any official capacity with.
He's probably going to lose his job over this. You're probably going to lose your job over this.
So what am I sending them?
I mean, I don't understand what you're trying to tell me.
Just tell me.
Are you telling me to go home?
Entities want.
Yes, with me. We should go now.
We know what the entities want. Send. Do we actually know that?
Access.
Wait, did you?
Access.
Wait, did you just add her?
No.
He's finding the river carp.
Yeah. God damn it! Really, river carp?
And
it's got to be. I don't know. I don't know what.
If you want answers,
fuzzy bear.
I mean, River Carp, RC, Republic of China.
Oh.
Yeah.
Ooh. So if you want answers to the crazy things that you have witnessed,
Yeah.
I was
today,
like shows up on your forehead.
That's what we're finding here. So I think it's in your best interest to
Louisa
stay.
is going to insist that you go with her, that you and your husband.
This is a decision you have to make, you two.
You need to be.
Tony
in the
and
house
Jean walk
doing
into the
nothing
library.
and be super boring.
Tony and Jean walk in the library.
You are in the rotunda of the library already, literally right now.
No, we just walk in amongst, like, leave
the books, into the
group.
stacks.
Yeah, we just leave. We walk into, like,
She continues to
sections.
follow you. She
she
realized
can follow me. I don't care.
Yeah.
But
because she has no choice.
basically, if she's concerned that, like, oh, I'm with them right now, I've walked away for a moment. But I'm not going home right now, so...
All right.
And I didn't say this out loud.
She does give up after a moment.
I'm just saying, yeah. I'm just saying that...
She feels like she's made her case. You also see her get on the radio and radio for backup.
Okay.
Awesome. There's gonna be a shootout.
Oh,
What do you
right in the
think-
middle of it.
What do you think they want?
Meet with us and find out.
Yeah, meet with us. Meet with us. Let's talk it out.
See you guys on the inside.
I agree with that.
Tell me later what they want. We're gonna go to nonfiction.
We are not going to show up with no evidence that you have anything. You can't just make empty claims and draw us out.
I guess so. I can describe the two entities, or so I relay this. What if I describe the two entities to them, so that they know we're actually dealing with the real thing, and then I'll send them the video. I'll tell them that I have a video. And send them a still or a short, a 3-second clip of
viral video.
We could also, Robbie, if you're okay with this, tell them about her literally teleporting in.
Oh yeah.
If we're agreeing that's what happened.
Yeah. So
if you think my change in location is important evidence, then that's fine.
If you think teleportation is important in this story, you can tell them.
Do it.
I just love cops infighting and then just me walking away. I was like, you guys just...
So this is all kind of almost simultaneous. So as he's walking away, are you guys following them or are you letting them walk off?
I'm staying with the group.
Yeah,
I feel like we're all
business
staying
detective here.
Okay, so the three of you walk off into the library stacks. Are you guys just book browsing? Or are you heading to a specific location?
Don't leave without me. And then, I want to go to, is there, I want to go to a computer terminal.
They're everywhere.
Everywhere. Perfect. I mean, obviously, I don't have a student ID or anything, but I could probably get on one pretty easy.
You work here.
Yeah, well,
you have a staff ID.
Anyway.
You log in.
I want to, just look up, the recent news from maybe the last 3 months to a year of what's been going on in Taiwan.
Oh.
Just any news publication covering Taiwanese news that I can get in English.
Sure. There's tons of it.
Yeah. Is there...
Lots of big stuff. Mostly about trade.
Trade? Okay. What kind of trade?
Import-export, property laws, copyrights.
There's nothing that
Turns out the U.S. government has been really trying to pressure Taiwan, and Taiwan has been really trying to expand their reputation as not being a place where fake things are made, and they've been really clamping down on that sort of thing. And there've been a lot the whole
fake spray
Pacific Treaty for trade has been really good for them. They were really happy. They think President Obama was fantastic, opened up a lot of new things. There's a new era of trade. They're super scared that the Trump administration is going to ruin everything and that everyone's going to lose money, and that this is just making China great again. It's going to give Russia a foot in the door to step in and buy out a lot of new Asian business that was going to come to the West.
And then,
everybody's nervous.
And then, do I know how long color spray has been prominent in the news?
Less than a year.
Less than a year. So less than a year, and then also this is what's been going on with Taiwan. So is there just anything at all? Is there a roll that I can make just to see if there's any sort of outlier, just something odd that would catch my eye? If there isn't, then it just isn't there for me to find. So I'm just asking.
Make a luck roll first.
Okay, so my luck roll, I got a 72 out of 70.
Nothing interesting catches your eye.
Okay.
There's also a lot of Taiwan news, but it's just protesting, business, the new elections, whatnot.
Okay. And then I guess since I'm also on the computer, I might as well start looking up color spray stuff. I don't know. If just using my I just want to use my computer skill, really.
I think library use is what you use for finding, even on the internet.
Yeah. So.
Yep.
So.
Yeah, library use.
Which my library use is 95. That's a 75 out of 95.
So you do receive...
It's not great.
You get cursory results. There's a lot of color spray news, and it's all mostly the types of weird contradictory stories that this new drug out there is super pro. A great parallel is remember all those stories about people randomly punching people on the street?
Yeah.
Like you just
the knockout game.
Yeah, the knockout game, and how it was like huge and was on CNN. And everyone was talking about it. It was mostly an urban legend, and most of it never really happened. That's kind of what it sounds like. It's like there's tons of Color Spray articles, tons of stories about it it being out there. It's like the new drug at raves. It's killing tons of people. But there seems to be no real backup for it. Like, there's all these articles about this happening.
Are you telling me that this is fake news?
Yes. No, that's what you get the sense.
Oh
it's like there's
my
all these
God.
stories about it, but then you're going, well, where are all these bodies? Like, the way that they talk about it, it makes it sound like thousands of kids are dying from it. But there's no evidence that that's really happening.
That's why I said it's a smokescreen.
And then there's like, you also get the sense that there's like huge amounts of money behind it, that like major drug cartels are funneling money into it, that there's gang wars over it. But there seems to be no indication. There's no like spikes of crime. There's no indication that thousands of bodies are piling up in morgues. Like every story about it seems super authentic. It's like real news sources like CNN and like the Wall Street Journal are covering it. But there doesn't seem to be any backup that shows that this is really happening anywhere. Like it's always like some story in some other town with some other group of people, but there's no evidence in any of those places that any of this is actually happening anymore.
Okay. So I just go ahead and I just relay back I'm not finding anything interesting about the Taiwanese news except for trades. I'm looking about Color Spray. You guys sure that Color Spray is like not just fake news? Hit me up if you want me to look up anything. I'm on the computer right now.
I mean,
okay,
I
so
also...
that takes a while, so we have to go back in time.
Exactly.
Because library research
so in the
takes
meantime...
time. So you were going to send something to the Chinese.
Yeah, so I just sent...
I'm sorry, you're going to send something to the River Carp.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Ooh. So I am prepared to send a description of each of the entities we've encountered. So we've been we've been contacted by 2 entities. They looked like this.
Okay.
We had a particular episode where one of our party was taken over. Here is a short, 3-second video clip of her being weird that doesn't reveal anything.
Okay.
And
teleportation.
There have been some other strange, almost
displacements,
unexplainable incidents. Yeah. We would love to compare notes and find out more, and I guess if you're concerned about this as we are, perhaps we can help each other.
There's the pause. Fortunately, in the dark web Usenet, there isn't the little dots that show that anyone is typing, so you have no idea what's going on. There is a pregnant pause, and then, again, super short answer. Who do you work for?
We don't know yet.
Or, so they're
is that the best? Is that the best?
Hasn't been established.
No, so do they mean what government do you work for? Or do they mean what entity do you work for?
I think they mean entity. You could put down no one.
Yeah. So politically, we are independent.
But have been approached.
We don't know which one approached us.
Stay where you are.
Yes.
You know what?
We got him.
If I can do it, they can do it.
Whip out those tiny pineapples.
Oh. I thought you were actually talking about tiny pineapples for a second.
No.
And then I wanted that to exist really bad.
Oh, grenades.